Hello and good evening. Welcome to this week's video. This week, midweek evening walk. Didn't get out to do anything at the weekend. I had a fair bit planned with the wife because it was her birthday the week before and then our anniversary. So had to keep things sweet with her. As we know, you've got to look after your partners because they're the ones that can agree with how much you're allowed to spend on your camera gear. So yeah, gotta keep them sweet. So I was a little bit unsure as to what to do for this evening as a subject, so couldn't really decide on anything in the end. So basically just come up onto the Quantocks, lovely evening, chucked the camera bag on, brought the tripod and just going out for a walk and see what catches our eye. So a couple of things I want to talk about over the course of the evening now is whilst I was planning, sort of mulling over the different skills that taking up photography and photography as a whole, other things, other skills it gives you. So I'm just going to talk through a few of them over the course of the evening. I think the most obvious one that sprang to mind as I was planning is the weather. We all become meteorologists, studying the weather, seeing what it's going to do. Is the light going to be nice? You know, is it going to rain? Sunsets, you know what? So yeah, the weather is definitely one of the main ones that we tend to look at. Must admit, before I became a photographer, never really looked at the weather. It was what it was. But now it comes into the equation with most shoots. And linked with the weather is clouds, cloud formations, and different clouds, whether it's high cloud, nice low cumulonimbus clouds that, you know, give a nice fluffy sky. Yeah, certainly clouds can make a massive difference in a landscape shot. It can make it dramatic. It always gives the whole shot a background and a bit of depth. So moving on, coastal photography. With the coastal photography, we start looking at tides, different tide times, morning tides, evening tides, and trying to get those tides and suitable for the locations we're in. Sometimes we want a low tide. Some of the local beaches around here, it's better to have a low tide. Whereas if you go down onto the south coast, sometimes you're better off having a high tide. The reason the low tides are better around here is for the rock formations. Wandered into the trees and I actually particularly quite like this area. It's got some interesting old trees, which I've taken a few shots. But this shot, let me just turn you around and show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so this tree here really is what sort of caught my eye, a bit of shape to it there. And then we got this light. But then I'm taking it, so I've got a Sunstar coming through up in that top corner. So to get the Sunstar, what I've done is close the aperture right down to f22 and then that will make the sun star out like it does. So that is the tip for getting a nice sun star shot. If you close your aperture down to as tight as you can get it, or fairly tight, and then you can take the shot. Just waiting for the sun to break through in on the gap on this shot here. Then I'm not sure if you can see in this image, it's probably blown out a little bit through the Osmo pocket, but that's giving me a nice sun star shot there, up in those trees, breaking through those trees. Okay, right, that's a shot done. Let's walk on up through and see what else we can see this evening. So heading back to the discussion of tonight's video, let's talk about astrophotography. Obviously you start looking at different star formations, the Milky Way, the location of the Milky Way and the way it moves, and the time for the Milky Way to get the core during the summer months, or the summer months here in the UK. And the research you need to put in to get the time, the location and everything right for astrophotography. So yeah, another skill we pick up as we all become astronomers. Okay, so I've just actually stumbled on this little bit of location. Never been down this side, this part of the Quantocks before. Stumbled across this bit of a pool. What is catching my eye really is this rotten dead tree right in the middle there. The water colour isn't particularly pleasant, but I'm sure we can do something about that. But that tree there just in the air in the middle. So I've been moving around, taking some different compositions, just segregating it slightly from the rest, just giving myself a little bit of segregation from the other trees. So yeah, it's looking quite nice. I've taken a few shots from around here, so the ones I like the best I'll put up for you to have a look. Okay, one other that springs to mind, as I've now got to a point where I need to try and find my way back, is orienteering and map reading. So I've got an app on my phone called Outdoor Active, which is downloaded with Ordnance Survey maps, and I use that quite often to find my way around and generally find my way back. So yep, map reading. So I think that's given a fairly good list of extra skills that you pick up as a landscape photographer. Okay, so not many shots tonight. Nothing too spectacular to write home about, I don't think. Just got out for a walk, get a bit of fresh air. All the cloud cover is now, or the cloud that was in the sky has now completely diminished. So it's just clear blue skies. Sun is about to set. I don't think it's going to be anything great. And where I am at the moment, I can't get myself, there's nowhere to give myself a decent location. So I'm going to stroll on back to the car and go and get some tea. So apologies, very short video this week. If you're new to the channel, please check out some of my other videos. I'm sure there's something for everybody there. And if you like what you're seeing, please hit the subscription button and the notification bell to keep up with the latest content. And give the video a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. And drop me a comment down below. It's always great to get some feedback and hear from you. So, once again, from the Quantocks Hills, thanks for watching. See you again next time. Take it easy.